Hey YouTube, what's happening? Chris here. Wanted to bring you guys a little update. And guys, we're going to be looking at Litecoin Bitcoin here. We're looking at it on the 4-hour chart. And what you're seeing here is a price explosion, guys. Basically, we are following this rounded bottom that has been in place for a while now. And you saw once we got above this 200-day moving average, guys, we just started blasting off. And this is why I was trying to warn some people. If you go back about a week ago and look at that video where I did about Litecoin Bitcoin, we were talking about this rounded bottom, guys, and that's why it's so very important to understand these patterns, and when you see these patterns and spot these patterns, to be able to act upon them. So if you guys could like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that, guys, really appreciate it. We're trying for 100 likes on this video, and guys, we're up 20% right now. Take a look at this for Litecoin. This is just blasting off. Up to 20 now, guys, and what you're seeing here is once we got past this resistance right here, do you see that? Once we got past that, we just started to explode right there. Just moved in. I mean, take a look at that volume, guys. That is crazy. Now, since we're being built on stilts right now, guys, we're going straight up here. Could continue to pump throughout the day, but I want you to be ready for a nice healthy pullback. Most likely we're going to have a pullback to that 20 EMA, which is around 0.0102 satoshis. So remember, old resistance turns to new support once we break through like this. That's what we want to see. We want to see this hold. Now, guys, I would not be FOMOing into this right now. Remember, this isn't financial advice. Yes, we're up 21%, but we've had one heck of a run from where we've been at, guys, and most likely we're going to have that pullback. So what's happened is we're having higher highs and we're having higher lows that are coming in. And since we had this huge spike here, just like when we had a spike here, it came back down. So my thoughts is, guys, first I'm going to look at this 20 EMA, then we're going to look at that 50 for support right in that range, because we wouldn't want to lose this again. Do you see how this resistance turned into support? That's crucial for us. You know, guys, and what I do love, though, is that this came on volume. Do you see this move to the upside? Look at that stick of volume, guys. We haven't seen this in so long, and it's just so refreshing and exciting to see it. I mean, there's a little spot right over here, guys, but this, I mean, this came in overnight, and it's playing out perfectly for that rounded bottom. And what's nice is, guys, do you see these moving averages? They're pointing up again. They're pointing up, and I know this is on the 4-hour, but I'm sure on the 1 day as well, they're starting to point up. Let's take a quick look here. So the 1 day close today is going to be very crucial, guys. But you see that rounded bottom. And like we were even talking about this on DigiByte, how, you know, when you see these rounded bottoms starting to come in, guys, most likely you're going to get an explosion. And if you guys haven't yet looked, I did a video all about rounded bottoms. It was probably about a month and a half ago. And we were talking about rounded bottoms and the significance of them and how often they break to the upside or the downside, all that. If you guys haven't checked it out, take a look. But take a look on the day here, guys. We are up above the 200-day moving average. Litecoin Bitcoin. That's huge. I can't tell you how big that is, guys, because now we can start that move up, those higher highs and higher lows, and we can treat these as support for now. And you see how you're having the 50 cross over the 200 as well? That's amazing, guys. That's a big deal. And right here we're getting pretty close. I mean, say today we close basically where we're at, that is almost a textbook Marabazoo candle. There's a hair of a wick on the top, which a Marabazoo, you don't really want any wicks on either end. But that's about one of the most bullish candles that you can get, is those Marabazoo candles, and we're seeing it right now. But like I said, guys, don't FOMO into things. We're already up 21, 22%. Okay, yeah, could it rise a little bit more up to this point right here where we have this next resistance? Absolutely. But we could also fall down really fast as well, guys. When you have those spikes that come in like that real fast and furious, a lot of times you'll have at least a 50% retracement on it. So keep that in mind. But, I mean, you look at this, guys, the Marabazoo candle, the volume, the moving averages, all those things, old resistance turn new support. All this is bullish sentiment. And Litecoin, you know, we've been talking about the halving. We've been talking about all the different things that are coming up for Litecoin, all the adoption that's taking place. And, guys, we're leading the market today with Litecoin. And it's something that you should really pay very close attention to. I mean, look at this now, guys, 22%. This is roaring right now. So, and, guys, basically what I did, I had to go to work earlier this morning. I saw this huge stick come in. So I think we were up 16. It was 16%, 16, 17%, right in that range. And I took some profit there. And I wanted to let you guys know it was probably around right in this area, somewhere right in there. And now what I'm going to be looking to do, guys, is catch it on one of those pullbacks. Probably right around this area I'm going to be looking at, and then I'm going to be looking at this support as well, because I do feel like we're going to continue this move, guys. And you see how fast these moves come in? If we go back and we look at history, take a look at this. I mean, this volume makes the volume we're having even right now look so small in comparison, but look how fast we went from 0.005 all the way up to, let's see what we made it up to, guys. 0.02. I mean, these right here, guys, you catch one of these, that's a life-changing game, depending obviously how much money you put into it. But spotting these patterns, identifying these things is what can make this happen. And I know I had quite a few people in the rounded bottom video when I was talking about Litecoin, Bitcoin. I said there could be a parabolic move or whatever. One guy put, oh, that's clickbait. Guys, it's not clickbait. I'm trying to inform you and warn you when these patterns are coming. And remember, I'm talking about the upside. I'm talking about the downside. I'm talking about the sideways. You know, you have to have a plan for everything. And did you have a plan for this? Do you have a plan for the retracement that's going to be coming in? You know, do you feel like this is going to be an area of support? Do you feel like we're going to come back down and even break through that and test these moving averages? All those things we have to be prepared for, guys. And also pay attention to the RSI. When the RSI starts to get overextended, and that's why, guys, I had to run out the door and I saw the 1 day or the 1 hour RSI at 97, and I saw the 4 hour RSI in the 90s, so I said I better take some profit here. And that's what I did, because, you know, guys, bulls make money, bears make money, pigs get slaughtered. And you have to remember to lock in profit. When things go straight up, they come straight back down. And I want you to realize that. Pay very close attention to that. Look, even on our 1 day, guys, we're at 81 right now on the RSI. That's getting overextended. Anything over 70 is overbought. Yes, in cryptocurrency we could run to 95. We've seen it before in terms of the RSI, but you have to be realistic, guys. You're never going to sell the exact top, and you're never going to buy the exact bottom, most likely. And we have to keep that in mind. We have to pay attention to that. But what I like to see is these higher highs, these higher lows coming in. We haven't seen it in a long time, guys, and it's exciting. And, you know, we just got to let this continue to pump. We're going to have to see where this goes. But, you know, a lot of very smart money on the 1 day, they're going to look at this and say, okay, our RSI is at 81, almost 82. They're not going to be throwing a ton of money in when it's up that high, guys. They're going to wait for that retracement, for that pullback, and then they're going to buy, and we're going to continue to ride on. Just like when we're in a bear market. Right, guys? People were selling this 200-day moving average. Now people most likely will be buying that 200-day moving average. It just depends. And another thing I want to do, guys, so this was the LTC BTC chart. Now let's take a look at the LTC USD chart and see what's happening there. Look at this, guys, up 31%. It's at $43.16 right now. So this is an explosion here in terms of USD. Absolutely going parabolic. You can see some of the things we had here. Remember we were talking about that triangle, guys? How we were kind of having that triangle taking place? And then we blew right up through it. Now do you see we're coming up to try to test this 200-day moving average. On the USD chart, we have not closed up above this 200-day moving average, so we have to be very aware of that as well. That's something very important to pay attention to, guys. Now, the RSI here is at 73, so is there more room to run on the 1 day chart for Litecoin up 30% today? Absolutely there is. So let's keep that in mind as well. You know, guys, but take a look at this on the RSI. Remember how we always draw supports, resistances, all that type of stuff? Okay, so here's our higher lows that are taking place. So when we have this pullback, guys, a lot of people will be buying this trend line too, just like people will be buying this trend line. If we have that pullback into here, a lot of people will buy that trend line. But, you know, the main thing is not to FOMO, guys. We still, I mean, yeah, we set a higher high from here, but these lower highs have still been coming in, and we have not gotten past this one here yet, which is around that $55 or so. So keep that in mind, but this is the biggest amount of volume right here we've seen in quite a while. We saw the bearish volume here, that was about the same size, but in terms of bullish volume, I mean, guys, it's been a long time, so maybe this is the start of it here, like we talked about on the LTC BTC, where we were having that rounded bottom. You know, got to keep that stuff in mind, but we're up above The 20-day EMA, we're up above the 50 moving average now, so it's all going to depend on where we close today. You know, we got to keep that in mind too. There's some guys who are looking at how overextended this is now, up 30%, and say, hey, I'm going to get me a short here and ride it back down a little bit. You see, this wick is some profit taking. And do you see how we're starting to go down a little bit here now? So just keep this stuff in mind. I want you guys to be aware. You know, this is a heck of a move. Get excited, but also pay very close attention, because these markets are manipulated, guys. And you don't want to buy the top. You don't want it to be at 42.15 today, and then you wake up tomorrow and we're back down around $35, $33. All right? That's the biggest thing. Control your emotions. You have to have control of your emotions. There's always going to be another opportunity. You have to remember that. So please don't FOMO, guys, but take these things into consideration. I just want to bring this to you quick. Don't have a ton of time today in between clients doing all that types of stuff. But if you guys could like, subscribe if you want me to continue to do these videos for you. I'll continue to put them out. But the biggest thing I can say, guys, is don't FOMO. You can already see profit taking happening. I mean, this is starting to drop here. We saw 30%. Now we're down to 25, and it's bouncing all around. It just depends on what the whales are going to do. So God bless each and every one of you. Let me know down below what you're thinking, what you're doing, what your plan is. Remember, we got to have a plan. Upside, downside, sideways. Have a plan. God bless each and every one of you.